The red part is correct.
I said just something that's not to get up on YouTube.
Yeah, I started to look at it. It looked interesting, man. I'll finish read it later.
That will be good for your business.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Yeah. Reversing that diabetes too.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
And with the time now on 60 seconds after the 2 o'clock hour in Trinidad and Tobago, it's now time for us to present a program entitled Support Your Health Naturally, a weekly program aired on the station, DJMamoRadioTT.com. And each week we have the professional services of Dr. Batson of Batson and Associates, delivering to us his professional way of dealing with illness, sickness, and things that affect your lives so that you have a good one, as predicted by the master above. Today he is a bit early, and we're very happy that we can have him at Korea so we can talk with him. And for those of you interested in speaking with a doctor, the number to dial is 1-868 337 2287. And then you have local listeners 337 2287. We'd love to hear from you this afternoon on DJMamoRadioTT.com as we welcome to the program Dr. Jason Batson. Doctor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, DJ Mamu. And how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank the Lord for life, and thank the Lord for Dr. Jason Batson. I feel much better.
Thank you very much, sir. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to listeners of DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. Always a pleasure to be in your company. Today's program is something that I feel is that's something that I have to speak rather about. I've spoken about it in the past before, but I'm going to speak about it again. I think because yesterday, I met somebody and my heart really went out to them in the sense that, I really felt sorry for this individual who has arthritis for 22 years. And it's so bad now that it's becoming debilitating. They can't hold their hands, become very thing. They can't hold a pen. They can't even put on their clothes. So earlier I was doing a program on a different frequency, and someone called and asked a question about curing diseases, and he talked about curing arthritis. He said his wife has arthritis for 22 years. He sounded I think he was a bit agitated. And so, rightfully so, because, your wife suffered for 22 years, and then you hear a man on the radio saying it have a cure for the disease that she's suffering with for all these years. So, of course, you would think this man must be mad. He's something going on to his mind or something. So they called, and he asked a question, and I told him and I explained to him. I said, well, I cannot speak on behalf of other people. I cannot speak on behalf of other natural practitioners, because people automatically assume that because you may have some qualification in botanical medicine or herbal medicine, they classify you as a herbalist or a bush doctor or whatever the case may be, and they automatically try to categorize everybody as the same. So, as I told him, I said, sir, respectfully, I am not the same. I can't speak about other people, but I can speak about myself. And I have had experiences with clients with arthritis who no longer have arthritis. I have clients who would have done tests, ESR, which are erythrocyte sedimentation ratios tests, that was high and it went down. So you can reverse arthritis. Maybe you need to change your doctor, right? Or you may need to get a contact. I have no problem with additional work. I love to work, and I have a big staff. Let me say pleasant good day to my senior medical consultants, Ms. Karishma Ramdan, Mr. Paul Green, Mr. Rene Bastamante, Ms. Stefan Vialva, and of course all the hardworking staff, not staff rather, but colleagues at Batson and Associates, in our Shoguna's office, especially front desk, I must say. Within the past, we have been improving. Of course, we have a long way to go still, but it's very important that we get our feedbacks. Make sure we call our clients. That's something very important and personal to me, because I believe at the end of the day, people spend their good money to come to you, and we're not babysitting anyone. But at the end of the day, we need to provide an effective and efficient service, and part of that service involves us being able to have a feedback from you as regards to how you're feeling. Agreed? Good. So it's a matter of we doing that work. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon. Keep in mind that we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. So you're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Now, one of the things that a lot of persons do not understand is, cause and effect. So we're going to talk a bit on cause and effect today. So let's deal with effect first. So when you're dealing with sickness, effect is what? Diabetes is effect. Hypertension is effect. Cardiovascular disease is effect. Now, with everything, you have a cause because the cause has to come before the effect, right? So your symptomology is your effect. Question is, what is your cause? What is your cause? You don't know. And that's where people like Batson and Associates comes in. I, Mr. Ramdan, Mr. Green, or anyone who works with us could tell you how we determine in your cause. You know how? We're going to do a blood analysis on you. And when we do a blood analysis on you, it is going to tell us a number of things. One of the things it's going to tell us is something known as your biological terrain. What is your biological terrain? What is a particular type of terrain? So you have mountainous terrain, you have desert terrain, you have mangrove terrain. All of these terrains will have different what? Different ecosystems, right? Different plants, animals, insects, whatever the case may be. Because of that particular. So in other words, mangrove cannot grow in the desert, right? Nor can a cactus grow in mangrove. You understand what I'm saying? You all following me? So it means that if that cannot happen, what is your biological terrain? Is your biological terrain the desert when it's supposed to be the mangrove? You all understand what I'm saying? I'm coming on a higher plane today. Higher plane. I want people to understand because a lot of people sick and they don't understand why they're sick. And the unfortunate thing is, they just want to be telling people like myself that I talking nonsense. So that is why today we deciphering and we're breaking it down as simple and as small as we could break it down. So if you have effects, hypertension, effect, diabetes, effect, arthritis, effect, lupus, effect, what is your cause? And that's where blood analysis comes in. And that's why at Batson Associates, one of the things we do is we do that package that we have, that 4-in-1 package. You get your consultation with any one of our senior consultants, any one of them. Dr. Batson reviews, and he's going to still review, but I was going to change in the way that I review just now, especially because of the numbers of people that I have to deal with. Right, we're trying to make the thing effective and efficient and cost effective to the client. I want to already be paying a certain money. When that money could be used in getting some product or some supplement that you need that your body might be deficient in, that is going to help you feel better. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's simply a matter of cause and effect. So if you want to understand what is your cause, then you need to come to Batson and Associates. As I tell persons, I'm not in the politics of medicine. I'm not in the politics of anything, quite frankly. I don't like to quarrel, I don't like to argue too much. I believe that things are proven for themselves. And one of the things that we do, so if you're dehydrated, when you come to Batson Associates, we will tell you if you're dehydrated. Because plenty of you all walking around there and reporting, you don't know you're dehydrated. What are the implications of being dehydrated? Numerous and none good. None good. When you're dehydrated, you're 2 minutes from dying. All kind of thing wrong with you. Your cardiovascular system unhealthy. Your gastrointestinal system unhealthy. Problem. And arthritis, which is pain. Why you haven't paid? What it is your body telling you that you're not hearing? I was explaining to that particular gentleman, and I told him when he hung up the phone afterwards, I said, I am sure that no doctor that you ever went to in the 22 years that you was dealing with that situation respectfully ever told you what it is I just told you. They never tell him that. I guarantee they never tell him that rheumatoid arthritis is parasite in your bones. So how could you treat that person? You may have gone to persons who say that they are doctors, but they're not a doctor like this doctor. All right? If you want to get better, you could get better. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes to get better? That's the question with a lot of times with people. Some people, it have many reasons why people don't get better, you know. Some, they harden. They want to eat everything. They're just greedy. They find nobody should tell them what to eat. They could eat what they want. What the poor, foolish people don't understand, and there's a reason why I say you're foolish, and you'll agree with me when I finish telling you, and you'll agree you're foolish. You know why? Not everything they make is food. You don't know that? Somebody, somewhere decided to make something to sell to make money, and you decide to go and buy it and eat it. That don't make it food. Don't you think it have on the grocery shelf? Everything in the grocery is food? No. You stand a better chance in our market. We know that and we know why, right? Because what the market has. Fruits and vegetables, right? So, Trinidad and Tobago, what is your cause? And that is what Batson and Associates do. So, if you want to know what is your cause, regardless of what your issue is, cause and effect, whatever your effect is, headaches, bad circulation, cataract, glaucoma, whatever your issue is, asthma, glaucoma, cataract, what is your cause? So give us a call. Keep in mind those telephone numbers. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number, if for Debe, is 223. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. Keep in mind, Debe is now open from Monday to Saturday, as opposed to Wednesday to Saturday. So it's open full week, and we do always have a consultant there. We have either Mr. Ramdan, but well, we move them accordingly. But we always have a consultant at the offices. And of course, it will have special days when I am there, when I have to do my review. Those days are usually very packed. So we're trying to put some things in place to make it much easier now that, we're trying our best. It's always about getting better and always improving. Okay. Tobago, of course, is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That telephone number is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. And keep in mind our online consultation for overseas clients, because I know we have persons outside who would be interested in hearing from us and whatnot. That telephone number you can call, of course, our area code in Trinidad is 868. That's 868-373. 868-373-2388. Again, that's 868-373-2388. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Limited. So, what is your cause? That's the question today. So, headaches. What causing your headaches? It could be dehydration. It could be lack of proper oxygen to your brain, which could be as a result of dehydration. So you see, you have an next cause there. So what is your cause? And until you find out what your cause is, and until you work on the cause, you will always be sick. And I make that statement boldly, emphatically, and vehemently. make that statement, you wouldn't get better. You would not. I don't care what your disease is. I don't care who your doctor is. You would not get better. You know why? Your biological terrain is not correct. You're supposed to be planting. You is a cactus, but you're trying to live in the mangrove. You're a cactus, but you're trying to live. Cactus. If anybody who does rare plants, if you have a cactus, you could wet the cactus. How often is wet cactus? Cactus don't like water, you know. They have adapted to that environment. So you cannot take a cactus and put it in mangrove. And that is what somehow you're doing. You're eating sugar, you're drinking the people milk, you're not exercising, you're on a banload of medication, you're not doing anything to correct that situation. So what's going to happen to you? You're going to end up in problems. So let's go over to DJ Mamu, who's going to, of course, give you the information to call if you have a question regarding what we're discussing. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to some of our social media listeners. We have Honey Bay, as usual, in the house. Mr. Stephen Atwell says, good afternoon, Dr. Batson. Will the eye optics formula and IT help with pterygium and high intraocular pressure? Yes, it would. But that person also has to look at their water intake, Mr. Atwell. They need to drink more water. I would also suggest the bilberry formula that we have. Excellent product. That's 100% bilberry. We got some very good results with it within recent times. Well, not within recent times, maybe about the past recent times compared to the other products that we have. So maybe about the past 2-3 years. Okay? That's going to help with that. And let me say a pleasant good afternoon to Miss Jennifer Sargent. She says, blessed afternoon, Dr. Batson and associate viewers. Yeah. So what is your cause? And that is the problem. So when we're talking about arthritis, as I was saying earlier, rheumatoid arthritis is parasite in your bones. I'll say it again. Rheumatoid arthritis is parasite in your bones. But how could parasite get in your bones? How could it? And that is where your gastrointestinal system comes in. How does your gastrointestinal system play a part in this? And that is where Batson Associates comes in, because we have to deal with the particular situation. That is essentially what rheumatoid arthritis is.
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Okay. So you're listening to Dr. Jason Batson on DJMamoRadioTT.com. Today, the 16th of March, 2023, already midway into the month of March, and we are marching on. As Doctor mentioned a while ago, serious business taking place in your life, your health. And if that engine is not performing well, performance is not going to be going strong. That's a serious issue with your life. Many people reach the peak of going home, and then they want to get help. Sometimes don't understand that you, as you mentioned, 22 years with diabetes, and somebody out there telling him, well, there's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Jason Batson who will be able to assist him and reverse the diabetes type 2. And he was like, wow, what do we do? It's happening. So don't wait for 22 years and 25 years to be suffering. I just want to endorse what the doctor said a while ago. And doctor, to those lovely people at the St. James branch, which I visited recently.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's a lady at the first desk where she spoke very well and articulate.
Miss Eleanor.
Mrs.
Eleanor, yes.
Right. I gave her the radio station address, and she said, I'm going to log on to this DJ Mamu radio. Yes. So I'm not sure if she's logged on right now, because when I was there, she was very busy, very polite, and assisting everybody to get things going. But she said to Mr. DJ, you know, we have a shortage of some teas and so on. So I said, don't worry, I'll talk to the doctor about the shortage of the
The shortage of the teas. Yeah, definitely. Doc done working that man. Tea coming in next week again. Definitely.
I think the teas are not coming as
quick as we want them.
Clients need it.
Yes, definitely.
I myself picked up some of the circulation tea.
Mm-hmm.
just to keep my system working well. And the other keys that you sent me, I'm using them, and I'm feeling top of the line, top of the world.
Very
And
good.
it's not going to happen overnight, you see, because the illness that you accumulated in your system didn't occur 15 hours ago.
Exactly so.
15 and 16 years. So don't expect it to disappear in 15 hours, right? Gradually, your body's going to say, hey, who's coming into my house? Who authorized you to come into my house? And then that's going to take over your system and clean up your house.
Exactly.
Now, Batson and Associates would like to introduce listeners and also the engine promotion feature that's happening right now at Batson and Associates. They would like to invite persons who work in the field of vehicle maintenance and repairs to take advantage of a super special going on right now. In other words, they want you to be as super a tradesman as you are right now for the next 15, 20 years. But if you don't, perhaps you might fall apart. Now, those of you who are dealing with heavy metals and gaseous materials can be harmful to one's health. You all know that. They at Batson and Associates would like to have these individuals detoxify their body, live a healthier and longer life by making simple lifestyle changes. And making these changes, you're going to be able to see your grandchildren grow up and see them get married and have their children also. So we're talking here about longevity.
Yep.
And this is what you get from Batson and Associates of various parts of the country. I received a message here, Doc, from Shahrazad Ghafoor of Washington State. This is in America.
Nice, man.
And she says, our neighbor from Debe, you have a Roma soup there?
Yes, we do. That is
Right.
Roma Sugde is my supervisor. Miss Roma has been working with me for the past, 13 years?
Congratulations, Roma soup.
Yeah.
Your neighbor, Debe, who is now residing in Washington State. That's Shahrazad Ghafoor
Yes.
and her husband Azad. They are retirees, but they listen to this station religiously.
Nice,
all the
man.
time.
Good.
Any type of programming that goes, especially the doctor program, because I understand that her dad, who is 91 years, she sent me a picture,
Mm-hmm.
and he had cataract surgery in both eyes. And he says, DJ, kindly ask the doctor what causes neuropathy and if it can be reversed at age 91. And again, to you, Roma Sabir, you have a wonderful, charming neighbor, Shahrazad Ghafoor, who now resides in Washington State, United States. Doc.
Okay, good. I hope Miss Well Roma, and I'm always listening. So most likely she would have heard. Yes, the thing is, once you're alive and you can digest food, I mean, we may just have work on the digestion. You could correct anything. So definitely neuropathy can be helped at 91. There are a number of things to take into consideration with neuropathy. I don't know if you have diabetes as well, because a lot of diabetics tend to get neuropathy. But there are a number of things that you could actually use to correct that situation. And we carry that at Batson and Associates. So you could always get some information regarding that. Keep in mind, we do deal with international clients, and it's not, the process is getting easier and easier because, as I said, we are better in our best. So you can reach out to us on that 868, that's 868-373-2388. That's 868-373-2388. Our iOptics formula as well is something that you could pay very close attention to as regards to that particular product as it relates to health of the eyes. It's an eye tonic. It helps to clean the eye. It does a lot of work as it relates to things like macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, those type of things. Yes? You have a question?
Just to get it quickly from the lady from Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, yes, Shahrazad Ghafoor, has no diabetes.
No diabetes. So just neuropathy. No, well then definitely that's just a matter of the mobility and the nerve endings, that type of thing. So we need to do some work on that. So from the diet perspective, again, hydration. I don't know how the water is. A lot of elderly people don't like to drink water. So that's something he might have to take into consideration as to how much water he drinks on a daily basis. The rule is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. And there's a product we carry at Batson Associates called Optimizer. Optimizer is a free radical scavenger, so it's an antioxidant product. So what it does, it helps with things like cells and neuropathy. I use it a lot with diabetic patients, even though he does not have diabetes, but he has neuropathy. And most diabetic patients have neuropathy. So that's one of the things that I normally recommend. It's the Optimizer, the Nerve Restore. The Optimizer would be one with breakfast. The Nerve Restore would be one with breakfast. And there's also a product that we carry called Inflammation Formula. That's also a very good bet in terms of dealing with that level of inflammation and those type of things in the body. Okay, so you can feel free to give us a call. As I said, the number for overseas clients is 1-868. That's 1-868 373 2388. So it's 1-868 373 2388. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to Juliana Cabrera. She says, good afternoon, Dr. Batson. Yesterday, I sent for an online consultation on WhatsApp, international clients. Okay, good. So you should get a report, a reply. If not by in the morning, please God, the day after for the longest. It takes like about 2 to 3 days. All right, Ms. Carol Myers, a pleasant good afternoon to you. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Ms. Pamela Moses, good evening to you. Ms. June Jatan. So if you know somebody with pain and you want better musculoskeletal health, you have arthritis, you have pain in your knee, your back always hurting you, some part of you always hurting you, arthritis, that is what we're discussing. How could you get help? One of the first things we need to do at Batson Associates is check your biological terrain. So you have to, bound to do the blood analysis. We want to know if it is you're a cactus and you're trying to live in the swamp. You're trying to live currently swamp and there's a cactus. That cannot happen. Cannot happen. Your biological terrain must be advantageous to you and not disadvantageous. And that's what happens with a number of individuals. You know, as I said, they want to eat what they want, and not all the time, not everything that they call food you must put in your mouth. You know, your persons have arthritis for years. How do you have arthritis for 22 years? Really? You're definitely not coming back to an associates. I guarantee you that. I am not your doctor. We are not your caregivers. Okay? Good afternoon, Dr. Batson. The Debe office will be 13 years this Saturday, the 18th of March. Whoa. Yes, so the 18th, Debe, that office in Debe, the 13th of March would make it, the 18th of March, my apologies, would make it 13 years. Thank you so very much to Ms. Karishma Ramdan, as one of our consultants, senior consultants. And let me say a pleasant good afternoon to the Debe office. Ms. Roma, always, Roma is such a great individual. I mean, so dedicated, so humble, you know, very work principled where work is concerned. I was telling someone recently that you know, I don't want to give out Miss Roma age, but she young, but she, you know, she youngish, right? So she and Miss Eleanor youngish, you know, could be 65. Youngish is an age, you understand? But what I am amazed at, and I always tell people this, is that their work ethic and their principle and their customer service and delivery is so amazing. Amazing, amazing. I think people retire too quick in this country. I think, ma'am, you can take our work until you're 80, you know. Your choice, though, eh? Once you're functional, everything, your eye good, you get your medical clearance, people should work. When you go home too early, it is dead fast, man.
Sure, we have a call coming in. This is a live call. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello. Hi, how are you? Yes. All right. We'll do that for you after the program, all right?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chano Kilawa. There's a doctor from South.
Oh, yes.
South
Hi.
Kilawa.
Okay, hi.
The office. Perhaps we'll be more familiar with her. And now that rumor has been popularized on the JamahoRadio.com. Our friend Shahrazad Khan, then in Washington State. Now, when I spoke with her doctor, I said Washington D.C. She said no, Washington State.
Oh,
I was right away. See,
okay.
we're saying Washington D.C.
Right.
And then you will say Trinidad AC. But that's two different categories. But
Correct.
she's a very nice person. And she says, DJ, when I do come to Trinidad and I want to see this doctor, and my dad, if I can get him to come to see him, but nevertheless, he does a fantastic job. The way he discloses information is, I'm reading what she says here, is very, very interesting. And the people out here who understand the language of the doctors would understand what he is saying because it is in layman's terms, as we say.
Yes,
definitely. You understand clearly what you're talking about.
Yes, definitely. And I always strive to do that because I want people to understand. And that analogy was perfect. Where I tell you, if you're a cactus and you're going to try to live in the swamp, in the Caribbean swamp, you'll die. That environment is just not for you. And that's what happens to a number of persons. Their body is an environment that is conducive to disease. So it's just your environment. You have problems. You have inflammation. You have high acid. You can't get better in that environment. The environment is conducive to disease. You have to correct that internal environment. All right. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon. Someone is asking about women's formula. We should have women's formula, God's willing, in about for the latest 2 weeks. We already they sent us our information because we were actually on pre-order. Because that product is very popular. So we were on pre-order for a while. So they finally processed our order and they should be shipping by next week. So we should have it. That's normally 2 weeks, right? That was Kelm 2610. I do apologize for the women's formula and the cyst and fibroid formula. That again, and there was an ingredient issue with that. And of course, the people we work with, they would not do it. I believe in doing things properly. So obviously, they ensure that, we would get in stock. But those two we should have in 2 weeks' time, God's willing. That's the cyst and fibroid formula and the women's formula product. We also will be getting some new products for female balance, hormonal imbalance, that type of thing, because that is so many women have that situation. So that's something that we're working assiduously on. So that's something, Kelm 2610. I hope you got the answer to that question. Okay. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. Keep in mind, our pensioner special is something that we do have. So that is something that you can, again, look out for and, work with. Kelm 2610 says, okay, great. This is the only thing that helps with my hormonal imbalance. Great product. Whoa. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for running out of it, my dears. I'm going to ensure that we get it for you and, ensure that we have a regular supply. Really good product, because I know there are some women who had some issues even with fertility, and that was one of the products that really helped them. So, thank you very much for that, Kelm 2610. I'm going to work assiduously to ensure that I have it for you. Okay.
Just to mention that since I've known you this is 14 years now, with this support your health naturally, I've never heard you mention anything about running out of anything. So something is happening with the company.
Yeah, definitely.
There's that avalanche of people just rushing to get the product.
Yes.
You can't cope.
Yes.
Of the demand and the supply.
Yes, definitely.
So, purchasing officer, you should investigate your purchasing officer and let them know that, hello, listen, your program is aired on how many radio stations on Thursday? 4?
3. 3.
Right. 3 radio stations on a Thursday. And that is sufficient for the entire country and those listening on the World Wide Web to pick up information about health. The next 6 days, at least you must have a day for yourself and your family. Of course. And then you would have time to see clients and so on. Not every client the doctor will be able to see or visit.
Yes.
If it is very serious, or you really want to see the doctor, and most patients want to see the doctor. You know that?
Yes, definitely.
Serious. I experienced that because if I go to a doctor, I don't want to see the receptionist telling me what to do this and do that. I want to see the doctor.
Definitely. Of course, definitely.
Yeah.
Good.
So I want to get good news because you have a branch opening soon in London, Bill.
Yes, sir.
You have to live in Sangre Grande because recently I was in Sangre Grande
Mm-hmm.
and there's some people I met that they were asking which part in Sangre Grande Dr. Jason office is. I said, well,
So the office ain't reached it again.
I tell you which part the office is, but it's not built yet.
You understand? And that's a very good point. So we're working on that, Mahmoud. That's something we're actually working on. We put in certain things in place. One of the issues we used to have, not to say too much, was availability at US. That was a big, not was, is still a big issue. So
I think that's what happened there.
yeah, definitely. And that's something, especially, COVID would have made it a little worse and that kind of thing. But we have fitted some certain of the stops we dotting our I's and crossing our T's. So we anticipate, God's willing, in about by our second quarter, which is by end of June, we should have all those things wrapped up and everything, supply chain, everything in order to deal with the influx and the added customers that we now have, because we have a lot of international clients. Even that is something that we do and work assiduously on, where it would be a drop shipping situation. So it would ship directly from the United States to wherever they are, as opposed to having to come to Trinidad and then go to them. That doesn't make any sense, obviously. Right? So those are some of the things that we fine tuning. And of course, it's just a matter of always bettering your best and continuing to serve people and improve, because once you have a good product, like Nerve Restore, for example, that's one of the top selling products we have. Inflammation formula, excellent selling product. Well, Santulan has been a top selling product for years. Eye Optics formula, excellent product for eyesight, things like glaucoma, cataract, beta, retina. So those things here, as I said, we fixing and putting in place. So definitely we're going to have more products for more clients. And of course, keep in mind too how our system is designed. As you rightfully say, everybody wants to see the doctor. The good thing about it is that the senior consultants are not doctors yet, because it has some of them actually studying, but they up to the level of bachelor's, very very qualified. Because when you look at IMD has a medical degree, which is almost the significance of a bachelor's degree. But the point is, they trade in an expertise, especially laid down in the principles and protocol that we have. You're going to get results. You're going to get results, Ms. Ramdan. I remember the last time you were by me, you dealt with who had done your your work for you. Was it Mr. Vialva or Mr. Bastamante?
Yeah, I met him at the St. James branch, which recently.
Right, that is Mr. Rene Bastamante. And how you found his assessment was?
Well, the first time I saw him, he looked at me, he was, the smile on his face, that took care part of my problem.
Oh, good. Yeah, customer service.
Customer service. A smile is a frown turned upside down.
Amen, definitely. Correct.
The doctor has a nice smile on his face. Right away, that's a psychological effect.
Of course, definitely.
Anyway, nevertheless, I sat down and spoke with me, and he explained certain things about the blood. And is it
the MRI, magnetic resonance image. Yeah.
The MRI, what it's going to do, nothing is going to hurt. And doing that, I spent about 40 minutes in his office.
Yes.
And we chatted and so on. And after I left his office, I was very satisfied with the results that he gave me.
Good.
Everything was put in a file, in a format where I could read and
understand.
And understand clearly what's happening to me.
Good.
Because remember, I'm now 60 years.
Exactly. So we need to keep you 16. We don't want it to reverse and go to 61. So to keep the one in front of the 6, we need to.
The 6.
Yeah, we want the 1 in front of the 6 and not the 6 in front of the 1.
Last time I sent a text message to the Supreme Court, he told me I will be here for until about 88.
Yes.
So I told him I I'm working in a radio station with a health program with Dr. Jason. He said, okay, I'm going to give you 12 more.
Exactly. I like that. Definitely. So you see, listeners, let me say a pleasant good afternoon to Miss Elizabeth Nandlal. She said, let food be thy medicine and let your medicine be thy food. You're sure right. That was said by none other than Hippocrates, the father of Western medicine. And I tell persons, DB office is the best doc. I am home over 10 years now, eh? LOL. Okay, great. Over 10 days now, you want to say? Miss Anne Marie says, Doc, persons with rheumatoid arthritis, should they start with removing parasites first, then flush the colon and use probiotics? I wouldn't do it like that. You know. What they need to do, they have to deal with a lot. Because it's parasite in the bones too, you also have to deal with the inflammation. So that's why we use the inflammation formula. That's one of the first things. And hydration. A lot of people, they don't drink water. So we can't do a detox in somebody who's dehydrated. They'll get sick. They'll get very sick, in fact. So it's a matter of now working on removing and getting the system wet, hydrated. It's like trying to you're trying to mop your kitchen with a teacup of water. That don't make any sense. You're trying to wash down your driveway with a teacup full of water or a bucket of water. That ain't working. You need what you need to flush out the system properly. And that's why you need a lot of water going through the system now, getting things moving, getting the blood less thick. You don't have some persons, you're going to do an examination on them and you stick for blood. And listen to me, not for nothing that blood coming out of them. You know what that means? Your blood is too thick. So if your blood cannot imagine somebody sticking you and we can't get blood in a needle, you know what is going on with you? It means you severely dehydrated. You don't drink water. We're drinking when the day comes cement. Had to be, or sand or something. You're not drinking water. And those things show on your body, your high blood pressure. A lot of people talk about, I have hypertension and I have this, I have that. Ask them if they ever say, listen to me, let me sit down. Because the thing is, let me tell you how we have to do this thing. Eh? You have to sit down and lay everything out. Your age, let's say you're 45, argument's sake. You have blood sugar, you have hypertension, you have diabetes, you have high cholesterol. How are you going to deal with that? Yes.
I think we have a call coming in.
Okay, good.
Hello, good afternoon. What area is this? What area are you calling from? Oh, London. Welcome to the program. Doctor's listening to you. Can go ahead and speak with him.
Hi, good day. Yes, hi. Uh-huh. Right. Oh, that's okay with the Santulan. Okay, so yeah, you hear me clearly? So what I'm saying with the Santulan, what you can do is don't use it close to the meal. So what you can do is have a 8-ounce glass or maybe a 12-ounce glass of the Santulan and have it on an empty stomach. So let's say, what time you normally take your dinner? Sorry, what time? What time did she say? For some reason, I'm getting some difficulty in here now.
Yeah, I believe she's using speakerphone.
Mm.
But at the same time, she's saying to you, yeah, she's saying that she has, yeah, I'm hearing you. She's saying, doctor, that she takes a dinner at 5 o'clock. So what doctor is trying to let you know that you should use the Santulan half an hour before having your meal.
Or to an hour, like about 4 o'clock, she could drink the Santulan.
Yeah.
Just once for the day.
All right. Any further questions? You can all. Or should we receive that package from you?
Or should receive that package from us? Okay, great. Yeah, I got that. I'm hearing that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure and get a consultant again to contact you. Did she give her name or at least her surname?
I have a number here. I can probably pass it to you.
Yes, you'll give me the number and I'll just go through and make sure they call her again because I'm getting difficulty with the call. I'm not hearing her clearly.
She received the optimizer also.
Oh, she also received the optimizer. Okay, good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the number and I'm gonna reach out to you and all the products. I'm just gonna make sure they highlight what we normally do. We do our feedback like every 2 weeks for the latest. But if you need any assistance, you could always WhatsApp us with that. So I'm gonna make sure and ensure or just reiterate that someone gives you a call again and go over those things with you. All right. You're very welcome, my dear. Good.
It's a call from London.
Yes, London in the house. I'm so glad that you got your stuff. And of course, we're going to just make sure we reiterate everything for you so that we get you to get the results that you're looking for, because that's what we want, definitely. Keep in mind,
Doctor, excuse, I think you should simplify it down for her.
Mhm.
Because she sounds like a senior person.
Yes, definitely.
Write it in normal English, very simple.
Mhm.
Explain to her like ABC kind of thing.
Right.
And she would understand clearly how to use it to get the best effect.
Definitely. Definitely.
Taking it how you feel you want to take it is not going to work.
It's not going to work. No, there's a specific ways. As I tell the people, it's a system and a protocol, that has taken years to get it to where I have gotten it. It's a matter of fixing things, putting this, putting that, and the protocol has just gotten better over the years, where we're actually able to help more persons. Very soon we'll be doing a lot of work with kidney individuals, because so many persons having problems with the kidney now. High creatinine, high bond protein in your urine. That's not good. High ESRs, high GFR, or erythrocyte sediment, not ESR rather, but GFR, which is your glomerular filtration rate, which is early signs of kidney problems. A lot of people come into me now or come into us with stage 4 kidneys. And when you're on stage 5, that's when they're ready to put you on dialysis. All 4 or 5 is when they're ready to dialyze you. And that's very serious and very young people. So it means a lot of persons, they're not taking care of themselves. You're not, as I was saying earlier, we can't be a country that have over 350,000 people with diabetes and we eating salad and walking around the savannah. We wasn't doing that. That's not what we were doing. So there's something that we're doing wrong. And like with everybody else, it's not a matter of chastising or anybody, but it's a matter of understanding that you need to get better and you want better for yourself. Now, I have some people like being sick, and I have no problem with people like them. Don't come to me because you're coming to stress me out, and I'm not going through that. So what it is we want is people who genuinely want to get better. Forget everything you ever hear. Forget the politics. Forget everything else. Why are you sick for the number of years that you're sick? Answer me that question. And I guarantee you cannot answer me that question. Don't tell me anything about genetics. I don't want to hear that. And don't tell me nothing that your doctor say don't no cure for nothing. I don't want to hear that either. Because those two is rubbish. How do you know? Throw that outside. Rubbish long time. Why have you been sick for the years that you have been sick? Answer that question. So you just get worse. You go into a doctor, you take in medication, you go into a clinic, you start off with diabetes, you end up with hypertension, you get thyroid, you have kidney. No, but you didn't do that thing. Better you go and plant a fig tree. You'd have been eating soup all now. Something wrong there. Something wrong there. Something is wrong. So you have to determine what is the cause, and that is where your blood analysis. So call. We doing some restructuring in terms of my schedule as regards to Davy and that kind of thing. We just finishing that office in Tobago, and we now have our consultants and myself, so we're able to work in tandem as regards to the service that we offer and the amount of services we're going to start offering as well. So call the office, make your appointment, get your blood work done, get your scan done, and know what is your cause. Are you a cactus attempting to live in the Caroni swamp? They take you out from a desert somewhere in Dubai or you somewhere in Saudi Arabia, and they'll just take you and come and drop you plop in the river swamp or the Caroni swamp. How long you think you'll live? How long you think you'll last? You'll last in a good week inside of it. Because why? Your biological terrain is not how it's supposed to be. Your environment is not conducive to your development and to your improvement. So health-wise, right now, if you're sick so long, no, something is wrong. So that telephone number again for Shogunas. Shogunas now office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramson Woods Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That telephone number is 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553. Miss Petronella Joy Felix, she said, Lord, plant a fig tree. Why is so? You know me, I just have to say it.
Doctor, you can say it raw with no seasoning. It's all right.
It's all right, yeah.
Chinese understand things when it's not seasoned.
Of course, they like brackish taste, according to my grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you need a little tickle their fancy a little to make them understand this, and you can't get better like this. You
Nope.
have to.
You have to make some changes, and not only that, you need to supplement. There are so many people, DJ Mamu, that are malnourished. Like I was saying today. No, this might sound ridiculous, and of course or it might sound controversial. But think about this. We have affluent people. So we have people with money, and not a little bit of money, real money. And you could imagine you so well off and you're still malnourished. Think about that. That's why they're sick. So
the person who has so much money, he or she is well nourished with money.
They're well nourished with money, but they want a different kind of nourishment. And that's what I'm saying. So if it means you're doing something wrong. So it's not like you don't have the means. So why you sick? Why you sick? Because you're even in a better position financially to help yourself. So it means you're doing the wrong thing. Just recently, they were talking about COVID and how much time a certain member of government had gotten COVID. And, people try to make a whole joke about it. The thing is, I wasn't being facetious about the matter. I just simply said, at the end of the day, I always feel for politicians. And regardless of who the politician is, I would deal with anybody. Because I have clients that cover ethnicity, religious persuasion, socioeconomic bracket. I deal with everybody. I have wide strata, Chinese, Syrian, Indian, you name it. I have it by me. So the thing is, I have no problem dealing with anybody. I have no prejudices. And I want everybody to be healthy. So my point is this. If you have means and you have access to means, why are you sick? Is it that you want to be sick? Because there's a mental condition. There are people who enjoy sickness for the attention that it gets them. That's actually a mental disorder, People who deliberately will themselves to sick and maintain sickness just for attention. But that is a mental situation that we can correct and that can be corrected. But I'm not speaking about that. I'm talking about proper sane people who have very difficult jobs, whether you're a politician, you're a director, a company, you're a manager, whatever the case may be. Managing anything not easy. So once you're managing anything, it's stress out. And it's always so there's dead first. Stroke, heart attack, first, or left first in the line. Because some of you, unfortunately, will go to a doctor and they will watch you and tell you, no, you don't need to take a multivitamin. No, don't take herbs. No, don't take clean out. Really? It's still are people nowadays telling you not to take a detox. Is that people talking that foolishness out here? No. If you just brush your teeth 3 to 4 times a day, every time you eat, why are you not taking a detox? Your teeth is open. When I say that, your mouth is open, right? Your mouth not seal up. Your mouth open. So you could brush your teeth, you could floss, you could go by the dentist, you could clean. And look at the condition your mouth is getting. So you could imagine what's going on inside your intestines, where you're eating 4 to 5 meals, if you're real disease, or you're eating 1 or 3, how much ever meals? That's 365 and a quarter days in the year. And you're eating at least twice for the day. That's over 800 meals, 700 meals, something, close to 800 meals for the year. 10 years, add 10 years on that. You can imagine the manner of rubbish inside of you. When you use a pot, why you just clean it? Why you just wash your plate? Would you eat how much time you could eat in a plate before you wash it, Mamu? Oh, I like that. That's a good analogy. How much time you can eat in a plate? So if you eat curry Monday, Tuesday you eat dal and rice in the same plate, eh? You're not washing the plate. The next day, how long you could eat in that plate? The question is, how long you take before you take a clean out? With that analogy I just gave you there. Food passing way, the food is passed the same way. When you eat, if I eat 12 o'clock today and I eat 12 o'clock tonight, the food passing the same place. So every time the food passing, you don't think they want clean it? Think about it. Think about it. Common sense may be for book. That's how people just get sick. Because there's so much toxins. That is why we did that engine promotion with mechanics. And some of these men, they harden. Again, money, because some mechanics, I'm not saying all mechanics are richer, but I'm saying some of them, you know, little well off, your garage and thing. And you thinking it hard. You think it hard to buy a detox to clean out yourself? When your lungs and intestines and your eyes and your pores inhale all that, you work in a garage, you doing sanding, you doing whatever the case may be, you don't think you're inhaling that? Those things are classified as what? Carcinogens. Carcinogens. You know what a carcinogen is? Carcinogens are cancer-causing chemicals as outlined by the World Health Organization. So you inhaling gas, you working in a gas station, you pumping fuel whole day and you smelling that, and you expect to be at your peak of health? Really? You're not drinking water when the day come. You didn't take a detox. Listen to me, you're lining up yourself for some good cancer. I just talk plain now. Whether people like it or not is the business. I passed that stage in my life. I about results. You have diabetes, you want to reverse your diabetes, it requires some work. We're working with you. You have cardiovascular disease. Well, that's a new thing now. Just now, I do an integrative cardiovascular center. One set of heart patients we get in now. But we getting results because I have had people who did echocardiograms before. We put them on a program, and 6 months after they do an echocardiogram, and let me tell you something, the consultant cardiologist confused. He wanted to know what it is this patient do. Never see that in his life yet. You know why? Because we no longer dealing with effect. We dealing with the cause. Good. I getting a campaign here. I like this cause and effecting. We dealing with the cause. So deal with your cause. Today is Thursday, the 16th of March. It is 2:58 p.m. The first thing you need to do for yourself, write this down. Start to drink the correct amount of water. I'm not even telling you come by Batson and Associates yet. Start to drink the correct amount of water. You're not doing that for me. You're doing that for yourself. When you sit and you do the work that I do, I just see sick people every day. You know? Every day. And if I wasn't in integrative medicine, I would have been mad already. I tell you so. I'd go off. You know why? No, I'm telling you, I'd go mad. Because the amount of sick, when you see that amount of sorrow in your life, I am only 43 years. This year I'll be 44, God's willing. And I've been doing this almost 14 years. And I have seen the amount of suffering I have seen in my 14 years is a lot. But I am a praying person and I believe in grounding myself. And I believe in spirituality. And that's why I haven't gone mad yet. And that's why I continue to work. And I could work at the level at which I work. Because when you're dealing with people who are depressed, people who have anxiety, people who are sick for years, them is not happy people. That whole energy coming on you, you have to know how to ground yourself and how to do certain things. And I train to do that. That's why psychiatrists are the most, in the professional field of any professional field, do research. Psychiatrists have the highest levels of suicide. Them just kill themselves the most. You know, just to sit down and listen to people problem only. That is what transference, that energy, that is negative energy you get bombarded with. Holy, that is where you get it. If you don't know how to ground yourself, you're in problems. And that's one of the things we have to learn. We know about grounding and things. You know, always ground yourself quickly before we finish. Take off your shoes. Take off your socks. Now make sure it's clean soil. Don't go and stand up, which part the dog this pee, where the dog this mess. If you're mining duck, you're mining rabbit and thing. Don't go there and stand up. You're going on clean soil. You take off your shoes, you take off your socks, and you're standing there, barefoot. You do some inhale. If you believe in meditation, if you believe in praying, say some prayers. Right there. Don't move. Inhale, deep breath, exhale. And do that for 10 minutes. And you do that every other day. And tell me something. And that's what I just shared with you is fixing a cause. You see, the thing is, your body is not only a physical body, you know. When you look at medicine as it relates to Ayurvedic medicine, which I did study and I love, you see, Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, you don't want nothing with them. I tell you so. And you notice the neighbors, right? So it's the same, you know. It's just different name. It's the same thing. Just have a little one or two little changes and things. But when if you research the Vedas and where medicine came from and what medicine is, you will understand that Western medicine or allopathic medicine is recent medicine. So very quickly, keep in mind those telephone numbers for the Shogunas office. That number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Let me again say a pleasant good afternoon to all my colleagues at Batson and Associates. May we continue to work hard. May we continue to take care of our clients. And as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God's willing, do enjoy the rest of your day, and keep in mind on Sunday morning, we have our next program where we will actually be discussing. You can check us out on Facebook. We are Batson and Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. DJ Mamu, sir, always a pleasure to be in your company. To the listeners of DJ Mamu Radio TT.com, thank you for allowing me into your household, into your ears. I hope I would have been of some benefit to you today. And may God bless you and your family. Stay safe and be good till next time. Take care of yourself.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jason Batson. And before you go, just 60 seconds more, you mentioned about, being bare feet.
Yes.
The ground, clean grounds.
Clean ground.
Many people know about that. That is to release negative energy.
Energy, exactly.
From your body, because the earth is at zero potential.
Good. It's grounded, exactly, correct?
Yeah. So when you ground yourself to the earth, you release that energy to the earth.
Yes, correct.
That goes out of your system. And it's a good way.
It is amazing. Yep. Yeah. And they actually have grounding, and that's some of the things we're going to be starting to do. They have grounding mats and grounding sheets and all those things. So those are some of the things we're going to be getting into and that type of thing. So exciting news ahead, man. We could only get better. Yes.
That's right. And getting to the end of your program, I felt the energy and I felt the emotions.
Yes.
When you spoke about people and illness. Your heart is really in what you do for the people.
Love it.
And this is one thing we must understand, listeners. You had to get men like Dr. Jason Batson, who are so committed to his clients.
True.
And he wants to ensure that you get better, because by you getting better, it's making his business better, because more and more people will come. That is really a business. But he was blessed by Almighty God.
Amen.
To have this kind of brain to make people understand that your health is your wealth. Thank you again, doctor. Wish you all the best. Keep smiling.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Patients are well taken care of until we meet you again.
Definitely, sir.
Tuesday.
Yes, DJ Mamu.
God bless.
You too, sir. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Right, so that's it.
So yes, listeners, great program. Today was nice, but I don't know, I was in a mood today. All right, I need to maintain this kind of energy. Okay, so Sunday, please God, we are going to be live on Sky 99.5. That program is going to be 2 hours. We're going to discuss, I'm going to go back with arthritis, but we're going to shift around with some other things. And we'll be in touch, right? So take care of yourself. Check out some of the products and services at Batson and Associates. Check out the Nerve Restore if you have a problem with sleep, anxiety, water. Check out our Alkagen water, premium alkaline water, pH 8.7 to 9.5, available at Batson and Associates. Keep in mind our inflammation formula, our Eye Optics formula. So if you have cataract, glaucoma, detached retina, bilberry, we have in stock excellent product for eyes as well. Check out our collagen and hyaluronic acid. Excellent product for people who have problems with the knee. Good collagen, excellent hydrolyzed collagen. Assimilation is high levels of assimilation. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies. Storm, Clement, Superville. See you soon. Yes, sir. Marge Hills. Thank you so very much, my dear. Juliana Cabrera, great program, love it. You're welcome. Honey Bay, beautiful program as usual. Yes, my dear. See you on Sunday. So God bless you guys. Be safe. And Sunday morning, bright and early, 9 a.m. Sky 99.5, and we'll be there for 2 hours. We'll be on all our lives. So send it to someone. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates, Trinidad. God bless. And as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.